Hey guys, it's me. I'm going to be starting an episode of Soundbites tonight. This is my food podcast. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just give me a second. We'll get started. Got a lot of good stories coming up. So stick around for that as we begin the broadcast live. All right. Here we go. Hello and welcome to Soundbites. My name is Rob Carson. Good to be back on Spoonie.com, also the sundry social media sites and whatnot. Thanks for joining me. Let's have some fun tonight because I've got a lot of things I want to get to. That'll be very exciting if you like to eat. Hi, Parker. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the show. Parker's already joining me and watching the show and listening to the show as well. Hi. If you want to write me personally, carsonontheradio@gmail.com, carsonontheradio@gmail.com. Follow me on Facebook at Rob Carson's, just Rob Carson. Yeah, okay. You can see the video of the show that you are now listening to on Spoonie. Okay, so you can do that. Okay, let's get started with the big news of the day. You know what the big news of the day is? Comes from Taco Bell. You know what it is? Nacho fries are back. Nacho fries are coming back. I know. I can't help it. I get a little excited. Avery, did you hear that? Nacho fries are coming back to Taco Bell. All right. Nacho fries, the crunchy seasoned fries that are served with nacho cheese, will hit Taco Bell January 30th. This first reported by Thrillist, which I love, Thrillist.com. Now, they're not just coming back, though. The Taco Bell spokesperson tells us that they'll have a all-new flavor innovation that's sure to receive critical and fan acclaim. I'll bet it's something to do with the cheese. You know, they don't stray too far from the recipe here. You know, you add cheese, you add beans, you add whatever. It's all the same ingredients. They just kind of move them around a little bit. Nacho fries have been off and on the menu since they were first introduced in 2018, and they're no joke. Now, this is kind of interesting. And hello, John. How you doing? What's up, my friend? It's like the McRib, okay? It's like the McRib, except for the McRib is not quite as often. But that's what they've done. They've teased us. They bring it, they tease us, and then they take it away. And I like them. I'm doing kind of the, I'm not going to say I'm doing the keto. It's just I'm cutting back on the carbs. Tonight I made a keto, technically. I hate that word keto. It's so trendy. How about a low carb? We'll just call it a low carb chicken parmesan. Hello? Did you nacho fries January 30th? We are so there. We'll get all of them. We'll buy them out. That's my daughter. Okay. And if you really want to go in all on the fries, you can add actually them to your Taco Bell order inside a burrito on top of nachos. You can do it. And you know what? Here's the deal. Taco Bell, I think the people that run Taco Bell I'll just say, and I've been saying this for years, that the people who create the menu items at Taco Bell are all stoners. That's just it. That's just the way it is. And if you think, you're like, if you're going to Taco Bell and you want nacho fries and you wouldn't put it on your nachos or in your burrito or all that, you're a stoner too. All right? I'm just going to say it. Look at all the love showing up here. Tim Shipley has joined me tonight. This is the non-political version of my show. Let's show a picture for those who are watching of those delicious nacho fries. There they are. There they are in all their glory. They're a good dang fry. They are really, really good fry. Hello, Martha. Glad to see you joining us here on Spoonie Radio and on Facebook with Rob Carson. There you go. Look at them in all their glory. The nacho fries that are coming back January the 30th. Okay. You guys want to hear the first Ben & Jerry's new flavor of 2020? I'm going to share it with you in just a second. But first, Beyond Meat is competing with a couple other meatless options. Beyond Meat is a product that is made in Columbia, Missouri, which is not far from Kansas City, where I make my home. And it's good. It's good stuff. I had a Beyond Meat burger, and I really, when I fried the burger, it smelled like a burger. And when I ate the burger, it tasted like a burger. And I tried to find a flavor profile beyond the traditional profile of meat, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't tell the difference. It's that good. Well, now they've got this Beyond Sausage Sandwich. Now, they started this at Dunkin' Donuts, and now it's just called Dunkin', by the way. So they started this, and it was, it was perfect. It was Beyond Sausage Sandwich, and you put it in an English muffin, and you had the Beyond Sausage, and it's really good, and it's greasy like sausage, and it's glorious. They have partnered with Snoop Dogg. Speaking of stoners, they are remixing the innovation by swapping out the typical English muffin for a sliced, are you ready for this? And if you're watching, you'll see it, a sliced glazed donut. Oh, my gosh. So it's like a, Krispy Kreme with the mention in the competition here. But basically, you're going to have instead of an English muffin, a sliced glazed donut. It's called the D-O-double-G sandwich. The D-O-double-D. So you're going to have the Beyond Meat sausage patty and a donut bun, a slice of cheese and an egg. Oh, yeah. Apparently, you can get it at locations across the country beginning January 13th, lasting until January 19th. Holy hell, we've only got till the 19th. We've only got to the 19th to get one of these glorious D-O-double-Gs. D-O-double-G sandwich. And again, yeah, stoner. I want to try that. I think it looks fantastic. There are a lot of ballparks around the country, small market ballparks around the country. Usually they are small market ballparks. And they are they serve concoctions that are just nuts. And one of them is a cheeseburger on a Krispy Kreme donut. And I haven't tried that, but I want to try it. I want to try it. So Ben & Jerry's has introduced its first new flavor of 2020. We don't do Ben & Jerry's like we used to. My wife loves Ben & Jerry's. She calls it a serving. She gets really mad at me when I bring it into the house. Okay, she gets really ticked off at me. She doesn't want it in the house because to her it is a serving and she can't have it in the house. It's like me with carbs to some degree. Although there are a few things in the house that I will eat until until it's gone. One thing that, I didn't do it today, but we had some friends over for New Year's. No, my wife's had her holiday party for her work here, and they brought this big old thing of mixed nuts, and I gotta get away from them because you got cashews and Brazil nuts and pecans and all of this stuff, and they're not cheap. I can't stop eating them, and I mean, this morning I had some before I went to work. I had some when I got home from work. I mean, they're really good. Okay, they're really good for you. I get it. But, oh, man, I got to stay away from it. So the Italians, the Italian people are a little mad. I don't know if you knew about this, and I don't know how to feel about this, to be quite honest. Italy, obviously, pretty much I guess, the birthplace of pizza, Pizza is a gift from God. There's no doubt about it. One of the greatest food concoctions in the history of mankind. It is. It just is. Domino's wants to run 880 pizzerias in Italy. Okay? Apparently it's facing a backlash. The American version of pizza has long been viewed as inferior, and it is compared to, a coal-fired or wood-fired Italian pizza. It is. Listen, I have nothing against Domino's. My son works at Domino's. He's working over the Christmas break. And so I have nothing against Domino's. It is what it is. And I don't mind Domino's every once in a while. They did a great come around. They came back around. They were really terrible for a while. And they were just not getting it done. Not getting it done, Domino's. And they've since they've done a better job of it. So the food is okay. It's not like, oh my God, I gotta have it all the time. But it's fine. It's fine pizza for you to share with the family. So the company is planning on focusing in northern Italy, with the south seen as more difficult market to penetrate. Naples in southern Italy is the home of the Margherita, the Neapolitan, and they have protected status. They are owned. The Neapolitan and the Margherita are technically products of Naples, and you're not supposed to call yours it's like champagne is made in France. 28 Domino stores already up and running in Italy. They are in the north, for example, in Milan, Turin, and Bologna. But a lot of people are upset about the inferior product. On its website, the company promises to customers that it's going to offer classic Italian pizzas in addition to American creations such as the cheeseburger pizza. That'll go over well. Oh, man. In Italy, the pizza recipe has been designed specifically for the Italian market with a product that respects tradition, top quality ingredients, and a dough that is subjected to a maturation of at least 48 hours so as to be good and also highly digestible, they say. Compliance with Italian pizza recipe is also ensured by use of sourdough from the durum wheat flour of the Altamura bread. The yeast gives an exclusive fragrance to Domino's Pizza in Italy. Even makes you kind of want to try Domino's Pizza Italy. Apparently, Patrick Doyle, the former CEO of Domino's, said in 2014 he believed there was room in Italy for the Italian delivery market. Is there an Olive Garden in Italy? Now, Olive Garden, as much as you know, Olive Garden gets a lot of heat. They do go to Italy, and they make their wines there, and they have their kitchens over there. So the Michigan-based company, Domino's, has 16,500 stores around the world, 6,000 in the United States. You want to know what the next biggest market, the next market share biggest in the world other than the United States is for Domino's? Go ahead and guess. Would you believe India? India. Yeah. India has 1,200 Domino's stores, followed by the UK, Ireland, and Australia. And you know they have some funky stuff on their pizza. You know, like Vegemite. Vegemite. Whatever. So have you tried one of these alcohol seltzer beverages? You know, I've had the White Claw. This summer, they actually ran out of White Claw because it was so popular. And there was a shortage of White Claw, oddly enough. Well, Bud Light is going to get involved with it now. Bud Light Seltzer, okay? It started, I guess on the 13th. It has 100 calories, 5% alcohol by volume. Flavors include black cherry, lemon, lime, strawberry, mango. Pabst Blue Ribbon and Natural Light also debuted hard seltzers last summer. And if anybody can screw up hard seltzer, it's going to be Bud Light. Sorry. That's a college beer. Yeah, maybe your early 20s beer. All right. So, yeah, 2 grams of carbohydrates, not bad. Bud Light Seltzer unique 5-step filtration process ensures a clean finish with no lingering aftertaste, says the brand. Our natural carbonation and quality ingredients like sparkling water, real cane sugar, and natural fruit flavor create a light and bubbly seltzer for any occasion. Mm-hmm. Anheuser-Busch first announced the product in November. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, these guys, Bud Light does the Lime-A-Rita, too. Have you had a Lime-A-Rita? Oh, my God. Oh. I was at the swimming pool. It was like a year, maybe 2 years ago, and we had some nice neighbors. And there's one of the dad of the family next door, and he's, about my age. And he put down his cooler there, and he asked me if I wanted a Lime-A-Rita. And I said, no. No. And when did you not leave college? So there you go. This is the thing right now, man. This is the one. And you know, the thing is, it's low in calories. It's like a Natural Light, which, again, another product I wouldn't touch. PBR's has 228 calories. It's only available in lime flavor. Natural Light Seltzer has 6% ABV, alcohol by volume, 133 calories. Comes in a Catalina lime mixer. And Aloha Beach flavors. That just sounds so American, doesn't it? Aloha Beach flavors. Taste the islands. Is that sad? You want to know the fast food item of the year? The fast food item of the year, ladies and gentlemen. This is almost like the Oscars, isn't it? What do you think it is? I'll bet you if you think about it just a little bit, you're going to say, oh, yeah, I know. And hi, Art and Marty and Greg and Michael Piercy. What's up, my friend, in Washington, D.C.? Fast food item of the year. It's Popeye's chicken sandwich. And it was a phenomena. I had one. Okay. I went with my daughter. I got her the regular, and I got me the spicy. And it was legitimately spicy. It was actually legitimately spicy. I mean, I like hot food, and I eat a lot of hot sauce and all that stuff. I thought it was a great sandwich. I thought it was a really good chicken sandwich. Really, really good chicken sandwich. So that is the fast food item of the year. Popeye's chicken sandwich hit menus across the U.S. in August, even before the national launch. The hype was building. Business insiders, Irene Zhang, tried the sandwich prior to a national rollout and declared it the best chicken sandwich available in fast food. I agree. Even Chick-fil-A dudes. Popeye's chicken sandwich was an instant hit. And they went to war with, I guess it was on Twitter with Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A said buns plus pickles plus chicken equals all the love for the original. Popeye's quote tweeted, y'all good. I don't know, whatever. Anyway. So they sold out their chicken sandwich in 2 weeks. It was supposed to last 3 months, but it sold out in 2 weeks. So people went nuts. People were ticked off. One guy actually sued Popeyes. That was pretty funny. Look, this is right. Yes, Popeyes. So and apparently like I said, one guy sued the restaurant. Both workers and customers faced violence in Popeye's locations, a widespread problem in the restaurant industry soon after the sandwich was released. One guy was killed in Maryland. One guy was stabbed to death in Maryland, outside an Oxon Hill, Maryland, Popeyes. And police linked the killing to the chicken sandwich because this guy cut in line for the chicken sandwich, and my God, that's certainly worth the death penalty. Before I go a little bit further, I want to mention one of my favorite products in the entire world, which is Dots Pretzels. Dots Pretzels are made in North Dakota, in the Kansas City area, also in Arizona, and it's DOTS, Dots Pretzels, and they are buttery, and they are garlicky, and they maybe a little oniony, and they're the best pretzels you've ever had in your life. And I like to say that if you are eating Dots Pretzels in my home and you attempt to put mustard or dip it into something, I will smack it out of your hand before it can reach it. I will pick it up off the floor, and I will eat it. All right? Because they're that good. They are the best pretzels out there. And when my wife gets them, she works at True Value part-time. She will bring home a bag, and we just get so excited about it. We're just goofy, slap happy about it. Dots Pretzels, just go to dotspretzels.com, dotspretzels.com, dotspretzels.com. And I'm going to tell you, if you have to do it online, order them online, order a bunch of them, because you're going to want to have some. They're a little bit more expensive than your average pretzel. A big bag, like 2-pound bag is like $10, but it's so worth it. It's just so worth it. Coming up, what they're going to do in Britain. You know, the U.S., they got rid of the cartoon characters like Joe Camel. Remember that? The cigarettes. I'm so separated from cigarettes. I don't like cigarettes. I never have. But they used to have cartoon characters to promote Joe Camel was the cool thing. And, Spuds McKenzie's not a cartoon character, but he's a character. Spuds McKenzie was a dog for Bud Light. And the only animal who drink Bud Light is a dog. But that aside... Coming up, Great Britain, they want to take cartoon characters off a food item. That is iconic and associated with cartoon characters. Greg says, those pretzels are making me thirsty. Okay. All right. So, you got the new year coming here, and it's 2020. My mantra for 2020 is, for the first time in history, it's no longer hindsight, which I thought was kind of clever. And I'm, trying to drop some weight, feel healthier, really cut back on having glasses of wine every night, and so that's been real helpful. And I've got a long way to go. You're going to be seeing much less of me this year, like 45 pounds less. Thank you very much. But if you are consuming beverages and you are doing the keto, and again, I hate that word, keto diet, keto, ugh. It's a low-carb diet. Here are some things you should consider if you're going to have them. Vodka, 0 grams of carbs. Rum, 0. Gin, Zero. Tequila, none. Whiskey, none. Vodka soda, none. Tequila soda, none. Whiskey and Diet Coke, zip, zero, nada. Spiked seltzer, 1 to 2 grams of carbs, so it's not too bad. Champagne, 2 grams. Red wine, 2 grams. White wine, 2 to 3 grams. So there you go. If you're going to be having an adult beverage, a beverage. It's going to be hard this weekend with the Chiefs playing to not have an adult beverage, but I am telling myself that I will not. We're going to be going to spending it at this wonderful restaurant, RC's. It's called RC's. Okay, so it's this kind of old school, almost kind of dingy, I should say. And upstairs a bar, sports bar, and downstairs is a restaurant, and it's cavernous and all that stuff. And it is half the items on the menu, maybe even more, are fried, and they're glorious. They are just glorious. The chicken fried steak is amazing. The pork tenderloin, that's the Midwest is known for pork tenderloin. Greg says, I'm a blind guy, but I have a 20/20 vision. It's also to be healthier and start writing a book and start a podcast. Greg, do it, man. Come on. Do it. Do it. So what are they going to take off packaging in Great Britain? What is offensive? It is something that it's a product that, it is so very synonymous with cartoon characters. It's breakfast cereal. Okay? So they're going to be doing cartoon-free branding for honey and peanut cornflakes, multi-grain rings, honey rings, choco rice, rice snaps. That's that bag of cereal. That's that bag cereal. You go back there and you go, oh, it's Choco Rice, the non-name brand Choco Rice. Here's for those of you watching on the video podcast. There's without rice snaps, frosted flakes, Choco Rice, honey hoops. Those are all so generic, such terrible sounding cereals. I guess that's Great Britain. Basically, the Surgeon General of Great Britain said that pressure was mounting to ban foods featuring cartoon characters on boxes that are high in sugar, salt, or fat. All right. Also, such a ban is not part of the conversation in the United States. Marketing to children using characters has long been a point of concern. Oh, bull crap. Really? Chad's joining us. Deanna, hello, and Carol. Michael Piercy says kill Tony the Tiger. No, but Cuckoo the Cocoa Puffs has to go bye-bye. He has to be put in some sort of an asylum or just taken out altogether. 95%. Listen to this. Apparently children, and with cartoon characters, children's taste preferences often set the agenda for what the rest of the family eats. 95% of parental food and beverage purchase decisions are shaped out of what children want. Which is why we had macaroni and cheese tonight and chicken nuggets. No, we didn't. I made low-carb chicken parmesan. Okay, I'll tell you how I did it. Split chicken breasts, pounded them, olive oil in a pan, salt and pepper. Put it on a bed of, instead of pasta, I just did vegetables, including zucchini, onions, and bell peppers, and I tossed those in olive oil, and I put them down as the base. I was going to use zucchini with one of those zucchini pasta thingies that they have, but I don't have one of those. So I wanted to do that. And I thought about the spaghetti squash, but spaghetti squash sucks. It's just not, it doesn't taste like spaghetti. It tastes like squash. According to the Federal Trade Commission report from 2012, the use of cartoon-based marketing accounted for almost 50% of child-direct marketing for food companies in 2009. When presented with a choice between a neutrally packaged healthy granola-based cereal and General Mills Cocoa Puffs featuring Sunny the Cuckoo Bird on the box, for example, children more likely to reach for the latter. Because, a crazy bird is perfect for you. These cartoon characters also influence the choice of caregivers in hopes of pleasing children, tend to select products based on child's favorites. It is interesting for my kids are little. Kraft mac and cheese is good. It's better if it's shaped like SpongeBob. Toucan Sam is problematic. So here's what we're going to do. Because you are watching on Facebook, I got to take a little break here because I have to do a commercial break for Spoonie.com. So guys, stick around for that. Coming up, the Taco Bell burglar, the top food trends of 2020, 10 foods that we had not even heard of 20 years ago, and now we're eating them like crazy. So all that is coming up on Soundbites. If you get a chance to go to Spoonie.com, Spoonie.com, it's a radio station that just features food and lifestyle stuff all day long. So stick around for it, guys. My name is Rob Carson. You are listening to Soundbites on Spoonie.com and on Facebook. Okay, let me save this real quick. Okay, here we go, guys. Gonna do part 2. Just give me 1 second. Thanks for joining me, guys. If you get a chance to share it with other people, that would be great. That would be really good. Awesome. All right. '20 food trends coming up. That'll be the first story. Going to begin the second part of the show in just a moment. Okay, 1 second. Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Soundbites on Spoonie.com, Spoonie Radio. My name is Rob Carson. I am a talk show host, also a major foodie. Got about 100 cooking videos on the web. If you want to check out some of them, go to monkeysee.com, MONKEYCSEE.com, and just look up Rob Carson, okay? They're pretty good. I shot them a few years ago, and I'm shooting new ones, and I'm getting ready to launch a national version of this show on terrestrial radio. Did you hear that, terrestrial radio people? Yeah, I'm going to have a job on the radio again. I know that many of you don't want me to, or at least trying to stop me from doing it. Oh, Michael says he made his kid macaroni and peas tonight. You'll be shocked. He ate the noodles and not the peas. Macaroni and peas. That is, you know what? That is a reportable offense to Child Protective Services. Don't putting peas in their mac and cheese, man. Don't you adulterate the craft dinner, as they like to call it in Canada. Hold on, I got a microphone problem here. There you go. All right, so let's talk a little bit about food trends for 2020. You know, there were a number of food trends for 2019. I don't remember all of them. The big thing right now is bowls, right? And I'm not talking about the kind of bowls that you smoke in Colorado. I'm talking about bowls. And poke is a big thing, too. Poke is a big thing. But bowls, when you go to restaurants, like I've got a friend who owns Cava Mezza and now Zoe's Kitchen. And he started off in D.C. With Cava, and now he's taken this this concept of Greek food, but in bowls, and like Chipotle does with the Chipotle bowl. If you do the bowl, and I don't, I like to have the burrito, and one tortilla isn't going to kill you. But I like to, he has a lot of things. He has hummus and harissa and olives and all this stuff that he puts in these bowls, and it's one of the best things in the world. And when are you going to bring one to the Kansas City area? Because if Kava comes here, I'm going to go crazy. Hello, Henry and John. Welcome to the show. So, with the help of Yelp, 28 million new reviews over the last year. And they've done their very first ever true trend forecast. Okay, so here's what the Yelpers are going to be eating in 2020. Souffle pancakes. Okay, souffle. I have no idea. Also, cinnamon swirl pancakes. There's a restaurant opening I just saw. It's a breakfast restaurant in Kansas City, and they're doing all sorts of funky things with pancakes. So maybe that is true. Mocktails and non-alcoholic happy hours. Well, that's not going to be any fun. It wouldn't be for me because my jokes would never get funnier and I'd never get better looking to the women than I meet. They've got to be drinking something. Come on. Come on, man. Floral-infused drinks and dishes. That sounds a little foofy, doesn't it? Floral-infused drinks and dishes. So chrysanthemum and butterfly pea tea. Just a few of the extracts popping into cocktails across the U.S. All right. Yeah, a little foofy. Los Angeles, California, San Francisco, Waco, Texas, where Chip and Joanna live. Uh-huh. Nashville hot chicken. And this doesn't come as a surprise to me because Popeyes did the hot chicken sandwich, but Nashville hot chicken is apparently a big deal. I've not had it. I'm assuming it's spicy fried chicken, right? So apparently it's popped up Ruby Tuesdays. I remember hearing about that. And you'll be seeing it in Louisville, Birmingham, Champaign-Urbana. That's in Illinois. Ube, a purple yam that hails from the Philippines. It's taking over the dessert scene. Ice cream sandwiches to donuts to pie. Ube or UBE. Maybe it's just Ube. I'm not sure. Healthy Swap comfort food. So, the last year was the year of the zucchini noodle. 2020 is the year of cauliflower. Cauliflower mashed potatoes, cauliflower pizza crust. That's been around forever. Hello, Lynette. How are you? Boozy Kombucha. Boozy, bubbly, and somewhat healthy. Hard Kombucha has been spotted in bars, bar menus across the U.S. and in stadiums. I don't like Kombucha. Kombucha, the one that I've had, I don't like it. It's yucky. Yes, I'm a man who's my middle age, and I use the word yucky. Apparently, Yelp mentions were up 377% in the last 12 months. Pineapple bun, apparently, is a big deal. A breakfast bun or a dessert pastry. The next level of desserts, like teriyaki ice cream, is coming. Oh, Korean cuisine and Korean barbecue. Those are big. Pho is a big deal. If you've had pho, it's P-H-O. I used to think it was pho, but it's pho. And so I thought it'd be kind of funny to make a restaurant and do pho and barbecue and call it pho Q. But my wife said that wouldn't be a good idea. Pho Q-U-E. She said, I don't know if that'd go over too well. Yeah. So I thought, how about forget about it? Maybe. All right. What is it about Cincinnati chili? I saw this piece. I'm not sure where this is from. I think it was in Thrillist. Cincinnati style chili. I've got some in my cabinet, and there is nothing more divisive. Well, there's a lot of divisive things. There's politics, but Cincinnati chili is for people in Cincinnati. You're going to either love it or hate it. Most love it. A lot of people love it. But there's for those of you watching on Facebook or my YouTube channel, you'll be watching this as well. It is a chili that it's kind of a runny chili. It's got little tiny ground up hamburger. It has hints of cinnamon, chocolate, and some other things, and you put it on little coney dogs that are about 4 inches long, and you slather them with onions and cheddar cheese, or you put it on spaghetti with onions and tons of cheddar cheese and hot sauce, and it's freaking fantastic. I love it. But I posted something on Facebook the other day about Cincinnati chili, and I had people just going crazy. They're like, ugh, gross, or, oh my God, I love it. I freaking love it. I've got some in my cabinet. I'm going to have some. Maybe I'll have to make some this weekend. So it's ground beef, tomato paste, aromatic spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, clove, cumin, chili powder. All of these things. And you can order it online. And by the way, it came to Cincinnati from Macedonian immigrants. Tom and John Karadjev. They opened up a restaurant, the Empress, in the 1920s. Started serving up their chili. Now it's known as Cincinnati chili. There are about 180 chili parlors in Cincinnati. Do you know that? Gold Star. I'm partial to Skyline. I like them both, don't get me wrong. Camp Washington, Dixie chili, Blue Ash chili, Gold Star chili, like I said. These are all interesting. And if you get a chance to try it, try it. I miss Cincinnati. I loved living in Cincinnati. It was a great town. It was a great town. Really, really, really cool. Oh, this is pretty funny. The Taco Bell burglar. Let me run the video, and you hear the audio for the Taco Bell burglar. There's a guy who apparently had the munchies, went into Taco Bell. This happened in Lawrenceville, Georgia. He shimmied through the drive-thru in the kitchen, fired up the restaurant's fryers, made himself to eat, and then fell asleep for 3 hours. When he got up, he stole a laptop and tablet, and then left the building. Here is the story of the Taco Bell burglar. Actually, this is just the video, which won't be very helpful to the people who are listening to it right now. Anyway, what he did is he crawled through a window, the drive-through window. I don't know how he did it. Had his his headphones on, had his hoodie on. I'd go in there and I'd just take a bunch of the fire sauce. It's my absolute favorites. Yeah, he looks like he might be a little. There he goes. He's getting into the stuff, and he must know his way around Taco Bell, because you kind of got to know your way around Taco Bell. But he's just looking for stuff, and he gets in there, and he finds whatever, and he goes ahead and makes himself something to eat. Yeah, the guy acts like he knew what was going on, and then of course he laid down and took a nap on the floor for a couple of hours, then woke up and got out. So Crime Stoppers is looking for him. Anyway, not too helpful for you guys watching on or listening on Spoonie. So they are looking for him, and again, that is in Lawrenceville, Georgia, on last month. This is kind of interesting. Elvis's birthday was earlier this month, and he was 85 years old, and not a terribly healthy man for a variety of reasons. But there are dozens of cookbooks dedicated to this guy. There's one called "Are You Hungry Tonight?" All Cooked Up, and the Presley Family Cookbook. And this is basically Southern-inspired food taken to a new level of unhealthiness in Elvis Presley's private kitchen. And I didn't realize that at Graceland, and I have not been there in many years, they have become kind of a mecca of Elvis-style cuisine. There are a bunch of different restaurants there. Vernon Smokehouse, which is his dad. Gladys Diner, a Retro's 50s diner named after his mom. Minnie Mae's Sweets, named after his grandmother. EP's Bar and Grill for Elvis himself. And Delta's, which serves more upscale meals, named after his aunt Delta. It's just good old-fashioned Southern food, and then just some really bad stuff. We all about the peanut butter banana sandwich and all that stuff, and there's nothing wrong with it. But he liked deep fried pickles. He liked all sorts of stuff. But anyway, yeah, Elvis cuisine lives on. Doritos has a new flavor. And Doritos, God bless Doritos. Doritos are absolutely awesome. That's one thing I kind of got to keep out of the house. Burritos and Doritos actually I got to keep out of the house. But Doritos has a new version. They have the Flamin' Hot Doritos are the big thing, and Flamin' Hot everything, right? Flamin' Hot Funyuns had those. Flamin' Hot dill pickle chips from Lay's. These are all things that I've tried, and they're wonderful. Now you've got the latest Flamin' Hot Lemon, Limon, lemon flavor Doritos. Essentially offers everything enjoyable about a spicy tortilla chip, except with a burst of acidity and, of course, the Flamin' Hot stuff. And the Flamin' Hot stuff was created by an employee at Doritos years ago, and this guy came up with this flavor. And apparently he's made a hell of a lot of money off of it. And the interesting thing is, and hi, Marka, and Ryan. Ryan, what's up, man? How you doing? Welcome to the show. I miss you, man. Love to see you guys again. But there are some, you can't be too hot in America because people won't buy things that are too hot. But the flaming hot thing is much hotter than most food that Americans have traditionally eaten with regard to chips. I mean, it used to be that, they started off with the nacho cheese Doritos. That was the first flavor of Doritos. And then it just went nuts there. And they went to the ranch Doritos and all this stuff. And they've got at least a dozen flavors now for Doritos. And America, our tastes were very bland not that long ago, 20, 30 years ago. Our tastes were pretty darn bland. And I noticed, like, for instance, Taco Bell a few years ago added the fire sauce, which I really like. It's a really nice flavor profile. It's a nice little pouch of sauce, and I've got a drawer full of it in my kitchen. And then they had the Diablo. The Diablo is hotter, and it doesn't have the depth. I'm talking about Taco Bell. I sound like I'm some sort of a food snob. But it doesn't have the depth of the fire. The fire is just good. Oh, I got to tell you this. So, Taco Bell got rid of the green salsa verde in the packs in their restaurants. And it really ticked me off because I liked it. So I'm at this, like, it's an Always Save or some sort of grocery. It's a knockoff of Price Chopper right near my house. And it basically caters to probably a little bit more socioeconomically challenged folks. And I love it. I think it's wonderful. And I go there all the time. And I was in the back, because there's a section for Hispanic foods, and there's a lot of neat sauces and things that you normally don't get in a traditional grocer in America. And I go back there, and they had bottles of salsa verde, Taco Bell salsa verde, bottles of it. Yeah, it's right here. It's right here. So I bought 3 bottles of it, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to use it. I use a lot of condiments and hot sauces. I just do. I've got a bunch of different kinds of Cholula, and I've got a bunch of different I've got small batch brands from individual proprietors, like traditionally in Kansas City. There's a lot of people bottling sauce, and I just can't get enough of it, to be quite honest. What's your favorite hot sauce? Mark and Rye? What's your favorite hot sauce or condiment? And Henry and John and Michael, what do you like? In Kansas City, it's very interesting because when you and hello, Mark, when you go to Kansas City, like if you go to a DC bar, a Washington DC, a grocery store, you're going to see probably 20, 30 different kinds of barbecue sauce. You come to Kansas City and it's a shelf, literally 100 kinds of sauce in most stores except for like Target and Walmart. They don't have as much. But if you go to most stores around here, it's nuts. It's nuts. And there's a big entrepreneurial spirit here in Kansas City with regard to sauces like barbecue sauce and whatnot. But I'm partial to the hot sauce. My favorite probably is going to be a tie between green Tabasco and Chipotle Tabasco. Those are my 2 favorite sauces. If you're ever in Kansas City and you go to Casey Joe's, get Night of the Living sauce. That's my favorite sauce, along with Gates Extra Hot. Those are my 2 favorite sauces here in Kansas City. And there are a host of different websites where you can go order Kansas City sauces. And I would encourage you to do so because they are absolutely glorious. Absolutely glorious. Pit barrel cookers are amazing. Pit barrel cookers are made in America, created by, I should say, American inventor Noah Glanville and his wife, Amber. He came back from war in Afghanistan, and when he was welcomed back, there were a group of soldiers there, and they made barbecue, and he says, that's when I knew I was home. And he makes these glorious cookers, and there's a big classic, and it's like 18 gallons, and then there's a smaller version of it called the Junior, and it comes with meat hooks that you can hang your meat in there, whether it be smoking sausage, whether it be smoking pork butt or ribs or whatever, and then you can use it as a grill. And it's all natural, and you put the wood in the bottom, and there's this little vent on the bottom, and according to where your elevation is, it says how far to open it, and then all you got to do is just leave. And it maintains temperature beautifully. It's pitbarrelcooker.com. Pitbarrelcooker.com. You can get the classic delivered to your home for about $300, and it'll last you forever. They are absolutely wonderful cookers. Pitbarrelcooker.com. And if there's a little comment there to say, hey, man, I heard Rob Carson talking about it. So, Big Milk is going bankrupt. Did you know that? Big Dairy going bankrupt. Borden has gone bankrupt. They're out of Dallas. They filed for bankruptcy, becoming the second major milk producer to file Chapter 11 in 2 months. Despite our numerous achievements during the last 18 months, the company continues to be impacted by the rising cost of raw milk and market challenges facing the dairy industry, blah, blah, blah. They have 3,000 employees. In November, America's largest milk producer, Dean Foods, filed for Chapter 11. They have brands including True Moo, Meadow Gold. People are not drinking as much milk. I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing that will make you sleep like a glass of milk in the middle of the night. So, apparently, we used to consume like 24 gallons of milk per year in 1975. Or no, in 1996. Now we're down to 17 gallons of milk. Plus, also, they got the oat milk and the almond milk and all that stuff, which isn't really milk. Because I don't think almonds have little tiny nipples that you can, Plus, also, some of the major retailers are cutting the middleman out. So, like, in Fort Wayne, Indiana, Walmart has a Great Value brand, and they do, distribute their milk in the 500 locations around the country. So, we drink milk. We don't drink as much when my son's at college. When he's away from college. Hello, sis. Hello, half sis. Patty, how are you? Good to hear from you tonight. Good to see you're checking out the show. Checking out the show. One thing that I am not giving up on is cheese. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because cheese is, a gift from God. And I am not giving up cheese anytime soon. And I think the artisan cheese industry is doing really well, right? The artisan cheese industry is doing quite well. With places like, and this is not the high-end stuff. I mean, there are high-end places. But like Aldi, like Costco. Costco has these, around the holidays, they have these cheese flights. So you can have a come to cheese this moment. And even, Walmart, not so much. Walmart, you're pretty much just kind of going to find the basics, your pepper jack, your cheddar, not terribly sharp. You might be able to get Cabot if you're maybe get it, and maybe get it at Walmart. I'm not sure if Cabot is at Walmart. The really sharp, crispy, delicious Cabot or Black Diamond cheeses, you're not going to get at Walmart, but you can get them at Sam's Club. This is pretty interesting. And I've really expanded my food horizons over the years, and I like to try, different things. But some of the things I'm going to read on site I had years ago. I just like to try new things. I like to, if you haven't been to an Asian market, if you got an Asian market near your home, go to an Asian market. Go to a Hispanic market. Go to a Middle Eastern market. Go to an Indian market. We've got all of those near us here, and I go to all of them. I go to all of them because there are different flavors and different things to discover that are just really cool. Really cool. There's an Asian market near me. Not as good as the one in Washington, D.C. It was just around the corner from our house. It was spectacular. But at Asian markets, you're going to go back to the refrigerator section. You're going to get all sorts of different kinds of kimchi and pickled items. And, you go to, the sauce aisle is amazing in an Asian market. Just incredible amounts of sauces and vinegars and all sorts of kinds of vinegars. And sometimes the Asian markets are going to shake it up a little bit with Indian because they're more of an ethnic mix. And just go and explore and try new stuff. I've got a million things I want to try. I've got a million things I have tried. But here is a list of things that a year ago, or 10 years ago, or even 2 decades ago, they were not a big deal. They were not a big deal in the United States. And again, we've changed our tastes so much over the years because we get exposed to new things. And I think that's a wonderful evolution of stuff, to be quite honest. Did you realize the first person to write about tofu in the United States may have been Ben Franklin? He wrote about it in 1770. Who was eating tofu, from 1770 till 1980 in this country? Not a whole lot of people. $24 billion sales of tofu. in the United States, expected by 2022. And have you ever had like smoked tofu? It's actually really good. It's actually really good. Some tofu is kind of but some of it actually is really quite good. Kale. It used to be used, you used to see it at Pizza Hut for their salad bar as a garnish, not as something you'd actually eat. But that has gone through the ceiling from 2007 to 2012, up 60%. I tried doing kale chips. No, just not good. No. Kombucha, which I mentioned, is a fermented tea drink. It's been around since 220 BC, but only entered the American domestic markets in the mid-90s. Apparently, it's up 51% of older millennials now drinking it, driving $534 million in sales in 2016. I'm just not a huge fan. Oh, Nutella. Now, I've been eating Nutella for a number of years. When I was in high school, Mrs. Gams, Madame Gams, our French teacher, she would get Nutella. She had, she'd order some stuff, and it was like stuff you couldn't find in the store, which in high school, when I was at Black Forest, gummy bears were not available here, and Nutella was really not available here, so you had to order it from these little, bouquet stores not online. You'd probably have to order from a catalog. But anyway, Nutella, founded in 1964, really became a big deal in 2009. Sales tripled that year. And it's been a staple in Europe for decades, and it made it to the U.S. market in 1983, and now it's just huge. And I love it. We can't have that in the house. My daughter will eat it. Peanut butter and Nutella sandwich. Oh, my God in heaven. Oh, you know what's actually really good? And this is something we used to have when I was in Madame Gam's class. Get a baguette. Get a French baguette. Make a really nice hot chocolate. And put Nutella on some bread and dip it in the baguette in the hot chocolate. It is so good. Just a nice little thing in the morning for you. Or at night. Quinoa is a big deal. I'm still not crazy about quinoa. My wife and I did quinoa bowls the other night, and it was okay. It wasn't like, oh my God, honey, I can't wait till that quinoa is done. Because quinoa, you've just got to load up with a bunch of flavors, and it's this beady little grainy stuff. But we are using a lot of it. Rolled ice cream, apparently a big deal. I haven't seen, I've seen it, but rolled ice cream is apparently a big deal. Agave. Now, these agave syrups that are in the store, and some people are using agave syrups in cooking. Some people are adding them to their coffee or whatever, all that. It's apparently not all that much better for you than high fructose corn syrup. Agave is 3 times as sweet as table sugar. Now, this is interesting because I read something the other day that one of the reasons why you shouldn't drink diet soda is because it tricks your body and your pancreas into thinking it's getting more sugar than it is. All right, so it's actually harder on your body because it's 3 times the sweetness of regular sugar, and apparently this causes you to store up fat. I don't know, but you're better off just having sugar. That's what your mom or your grandma made, right? It's what you should have had. Mezcal, type of alcohol derived from the agave, a plant, and a type of tequila is a type of mezcal that is derived solely from blue agave and only produced in the Mexican state of Jalisco and other designated regions, and it's wonderful. And I don't drink it anymore, but it's wonderful. Avocado has really, really come into being, and it's been around for a while. A lot of people, love avocados, but now it's like, millennials are smearing it on toast in the morning. Coconut oil also is a big thing that we never ate before, but now you can. It used to be very hard to get, and it's really good with popcorn. It's really good in popcorn. It keeps your popcorn fresh. And I heard Rush Limbaugh the other day talking, and he's talked about it before. You use coconut oil. That's what the theaters use, so they can make the popcorn, and then they can put it in big bags overnight, and then pour it back into the hopper, and it tastes just as fresh the next day. Coconut oil does that. Kimchi. I love kimchi. My wife can't stand to have it in the house. I have to put it in the garage fridge. Kimchi is fermented cabbage, and it is wonderful. Apparently, they're making kimchi quesadillas. Kimchi, you can find it in a lot of grocery stores, but Asian stores are the best place to get it. And it's spicy, and it's really good. and it's just wonderful. Poke. This is a bowl with sushi and other ingredients. It comes from Hawaii. That's kind of a big deal. There's a poke place near our house that I've been wanting to try. Gluten-free food, another thing that we never had before. Boba. Are you familiar with boba? It's bubble tea. What it is, it's a milk-based beverage with tapioca pearls. These little tapioca pearls of jelly, and I tried it once. I couldn't get past the consistency. I didn't like it. Greek yogurt has come around the last 20 years in a big way. Cold pressed juice, something that we didn't have. And think about this. I want you to think about this. You talk about things that we didn't have 20 years ago. Think about how pizza, like frozen pizza, has changed. Think about all of the options that are available to us right now. Like when I was in the grocery store the other day, you go to the frozen pizza. It used to just be Totino's, and it was terrible. It was like cracker. It was like a cracker with a little bit of sauce on it, little cubes of processed meat, and some bad cheese, and that was it. That was all there was. And now you can walk back there, and there's everything. Kind of rising crust. There's cauliflower crust. It's pretty amazing. Another thing we weren't having years ago, chia seeds. My son drinks those in his protein beverages in the morning. Acai, looks like acai, and nut milk. Those things. Okay. That's about going to do it for this episode of this show. I want to thank you for joining me, you guys on Spoonie.com, and you guys on Facebook. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I did two shows. One is about politics, pop culture, and comedy. It's called What in the World is Going On with Rob Carson, which is, a double entendre because, you sometimes wonder what's going on with me. And then, of course, Sound Bites, which is what you're watching and listening to. Now. All right. Time for me to go. If you want to write me, just go to carsonontheradio@gmail.com, carsonontheradio@gmail.com. That would be awesome. And you can also just follow me on Facebook at Rob Carson. Or there's another Facebook page. It is Rob Carson's Table. All right? Thank you, Spoonie audience members. Thanks, Chef Patrick, and I'll see you again soon with Sound Bites. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, it's time for me to go. I want to thank you very much for joining me tonight. What is it? Sound Bites. I'm going to save this file here real quick. January 15th, part 2. All right. So you guys watching me on Facebook, I really do appreciate it. Tom and Patty and Sarah and Mark and Lynette, hello, and John and Henry and Michael Piercy, of course, Chad Potier, Deanna, Carol, Greg, Aaron, Art, Lisa, all you guys, thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. I do appreciate you joining me, and I'll talk to you again soon. God bless. Happy New Year. See ya. Bye.